Run it. Killa Kyleon checking in, man. The homeboys over there at DGB just pulled up on me, man. You know what it is. Run it, man.
From the bottom to top looking better. Signing them checks like I'm writing a letter. Just left the bank.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We still in Houston with it, y'all. We just pulled up on Killa Kyleon. What's good with you, bruh?
Not much, man. Just hanging, man, over here at my brother's store, Dio's, my brother Les.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Nah, that's what's up, bruh. And you know, it's a pleasure, you know what I'm saying, to have you, to do this interview and have you on the platform. I mean, man, it's a long time coming. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we go back, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, we go back like 04, 05.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, we go back.
Yeah, real shit. So, I mean, just, you know, being somebody who's, you know, followed your career, you know, as a fan, championed your career as a partner and a peer, you know what I'm saying?
Right on.
You know, it's just always been much respect. And you've been doing this for a minute, man. What has motivated you to go strong, you know, for the time that you've been doing this?
I mean, just thinking about what I seen Nas said today, and that shit really hit home on the culture of hip hop, man. I look at this shit as an art form. You know, I've been getting money in this shit over 23 years. So at the end of the day, the money is the easy shit to get. Relevancy in this shit is way more the key to me.
Yeah.
Because it's about how long you can stay good at what you're doing and sharpening your sword and being so good at your craft. Looking at people like Hov, that is stood the test of time. Looking at Nas doing shit with Hit Boy, standing the test of time, is because a lot of people that's been getting money don't really do it for the money.
Right.
I've always done it for the craft, and to be able to hear my peers tell me and people that I looked up to tell me, damn, you dope at this shit.
Yeah.
But I look at this shit as like art pieces every time I put something out. I'm looking at it more from the art standpoint. I never really looked at it as monetizing, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, bro, when you actually look at it as art, art has just that much worth.
Yeah, nah, that's real. That's real. Now, can you take us back to the true origins of this, bro? Like, what part of Houston you from, man?
I'm from Dead End. I grew up on both ends of the city. You know, my mom was in Trinity Garden. My dad was in Dead End. My mom was never gonna let me go to school on the South Side. So my entire school years, once I'm done with school, I had to go right back out to South Park. In between going there, I'll be in Dallas on summers. So, you know, being on both ends of the city and having to be around everybody that was somebody, you know, I got Fat Pat and Hawk right around the corner over here.
Yeah.
ESG around the corner over here. Key down the street over here. I go north, Slaughter down the street over here. Street Military over here. Face over here, Willie D down there. So it was just inevitable.
Yeah.
I was around all this shit. I ask anybody, you know, I started off, Screw Them didn't even know I rapped. That all they knew me from was doing art. I did a lot of tagging, do painting, drawing. So I used to make drawings and shit for Screw and different people in the clique, and Screw would put them over his turntables.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, just being able to have access to this shit, because to be honest, I never really liked the way a lot of niggas rap. I was more of an East Coast type dude. I loved everything on the East Coast. I love everything on the West, you know what I mean? And when I used to be hearing a lot of shit, I'd be like, them niggas ain't really that hard to be. You know what I mean? It just be said it, but then understanding the culture and everything, bro, and being able to see it. One of my best friends in school, like when I was in high school, was signed to rap a lot, part of the Fifth Ward Juveniles, my dog Frank Nitty. And that's who taught me how to actually write a rap. Because I did not know how to actually write a fucking 16. All I could do is just go off the head. I'm doing everything up in here. And he like, nigga, this how you do it. This how you broke it down. And that's who taught me how to actually write a rap. And from that day forward, it was over for niggas.
Wow. So I want to go back to the art part of it. Like you actually drawing and painting.
I actually draw, paint, tag. I do all that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, and I mean that just goes into like the true essence of the culture of hip hop, because hip hop isn't just rap music.
No, it's definitely not.
Art/graffiti, fashion,
and you
DJing,
think about, and I'm into the fashion shit with anybody that know me know I'm into the fashion shit heavy. But it's the art, bro. You look at some of the dopest niggas that do this shit, like Kanye. You look at Fat Joe, niggas tag.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fab. There's so many niggas that's fly niggas. Niggas don't know Fab get down too.
Even people like Chief Keef. People don't know like how dope. Man, he's a prolific artist.
Yeah, definitely. It's so many of the dopest niggas because it take to be a creative on that level, it take a hell of a mind to be a creative like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And with me, that's just my outlet. When I'm not doing music, I'm so into music to where when I'm to calm me down, when I'm stressing, that's when I do my art. And it take me to a whole nother dimension.
Yeah. Damn. So how did you go from, actually drawing and tagging to actually starting to make music?
So my whole career, bro, like I'm a nigga that grew up in the hood and I always had cable. And Yo MTV Raps was my shit.
Yeah.
Anything I seen niggas doing on there, I would get my fashion guidance from that shit. When I see art, New York that's my favorite place on earth, if anybody knows. Like New York, my favorite place on earth for the for the culture, period.
Yeah.
That's the essence of the culture. And it's just seeing hip hop from where it started into now. And anybody know me, Pop, one of my favorite niggas of all time. Hold my favorite niggas of all time.
Right.
And it's just seeing the beginning of that shit, actually rushing home after school, setting the VCR to record Yo MTV Raps to see that shit. Staying up late to catch Rap City with Chris Thomas and all this shit. That shit is what changed me. And when I seen that shit, I knew right out, bro, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Right.
That's what I wanna do. Because if I didn't do that, and I know a lot of niggas said I hooped every day. Nigga, I lost jobs from wanting to go play basketball all fucking day.
Yeah.
It was either basketball or that, but it was like my love and my passion for hip hop. It ran so deep to where I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. But this what I'ma do. When I seen Yo MTV Raps, nigga, that's it.
Yeah.
Ed Lover, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
When I seen them niggas, I'm like, nigga, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right there. I'm gonna do that. That's what I wanna do. And me just seeing Rakim, EPMD, just seeing how niggas incorporated fashion and seeing actually fashion do a whole turn, you know what I mean? And seeing how influential hip hop is on that shit.
Yeah.
So I knew that's what I was gonna do.
Word. And I know you named some of the artists that you were seeing, on TV and all that, but like, who were some of your main influences coming up?
Big Daddy Kane for sure. That was the dopest nigga ever to me.
The smoothest nigga.
Yeah, the smoothest nigga had the bitches, everything.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane for sure. Q for sure. You know what I mean? My favorite niggas argue with my five when I be saying my five and niggas be like, how? And it's crazy that these niggas is my actual niggas that I can talk to at any given time. Like Jada and Fab, it's just in my five, them niggas is in the five, no order. That's how I end the five. It's Fab and Jada.
Word.
Because you gotta think, like I just said again, longevity and relevance in this shit, no nigga has been to me more relevant in the past 20 years other than the whole Fab. That nigga just done superseded relevance, my nigga.
Yeah. I mean, them soul tapes, like Fab with the soul tapes and even like the summertime shootout stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that verse on that King Cone's new record where they redid that total, that nigga smoked that. The Act Bad, smoked that shit. It's like everything that nigga touched, he smoked. Jada, I ain't much got to even speak on.
Yeah, come on.
Kiss, you know what I mean? It's just, and them my dogs, them like my big brothers.
Yeah.
I can call them niggas whenever I want and just get advice. Once I was able to do shit like that, I can call Face on the phone. These is niggas is in my five. I can call these niggas, get advice. Shaq, one of my real close friends.
Yeah.
I can call these niggas and get advice. You know what I mean? And be like, nigga, I really got to what I got shit money can't buy. And I got relationships money can't buy. And me getting into hip hop from the first time, even when we met, I was the nigga in my crew. My crew was real standoffish.
Yeah.
Them niggas didn't really do too much talking. I was like a kid in a fucking candy store. Like, nigga, I get to be around niggas that I felt like was the niggas These niggas need to hear me.
Yeah.
I need to meet these niggas and really establish these relationships. And that was the blessing of me getting into this game. I made so many great relationships, meeting, fucking with Nipsey, niggas that didn't pass, being able to talk to them niggas whenever I felt like it and just different shit like that. Watching certain shit rise and fall again and stand the test of time. Niggas like Spitter. I can talk about so many niggas that has stood the test of time.
Yeah.
And Nas said the shit today that just, like I said, that was prolific to me. Like, nigga, I don't want to see niggas follow the trend. I want to see niggas do them.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was always about hip hop. It was never no age wall or age bracket.
Right.
Cause you making art, bro.
Right. Now it's interesting that you say that because on the other side, there does seem to be like a ageism within hip hop. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? Like people, you know, you got artists that, you know, I mean, like, look, people consider you washed up if you're a certain age and you still rapping, or you hear people say, oh man, you still on that rap ish. And it's like, yo, like, why does there have to be an age? Why does there have to be a limit? Like, what, like when you get over 40, are you supposed to just wear khakis and a button up?
Mick Jagger, 83, and that nigga torn.
Come on.
Metallica, them niggas 70, torn.
Real spill.
I can keep this shit going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, the most iconic nigga in rap. The most iconic. Niggas can say Snoop is the most iconic nigga in rap. Snoop 50.
Yeah.
Your grandmother, your mama, the youngest motherfucker in the house, and a 3-year-old know who Snoop is.
Yeah.
That's profound, my nigga. Like, to even know that a nigga that went through every step in this shit and he's well respected.
Yeah.
No matter what the music. Look at Nas, nigga. Nas 50. The niggas still killing niggas. It's off with your head. You know what you gonna get out of Nas. But what makes this shit so dope about hip hop, it's what you service to your audience. What I always told niggas, what I love about being from Texas, we was our own world.
Yeah.
When I first signed the Interscope, niggas don't know. When Slim signed, I signed. Shakur was working the project.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, niggas in the building did not understand, like, who is these niggas? Oh, y'all don't know who he is? Let me show you who he is.
Yeah.
We from a whole nother world. We showed niggas our run. We recorded the run. Super Bowl, when they came out here, when the Super Bowl was here, we had this shit VHS. Nigga, we shut them all down walking through that bitch. You know, like, it's like we in our own world, nigga. We didn't need to leave Texas.
Yeah.
We didn't give a fuck about leaving Texas. We can go Texas, Louisiana, maybe Arkansas and all this shit if we wanted to. We didn't have to leave this motherfucker. All the money here, we rich as fuck here. And we got our own, nigga, it's drive through Texas, 24 fucking hours.
Right.
Every fucking city we can hit the road and pick up a bag. Every weekend. It's like, what the fuck we wanna leave here for? But to actually meet, I always felt like the sound was bigger than that. And I always wanted to get there with the guys that they said was the guys, but I'm saying that to say this, like, it really ain't no age gap on this shit. Once you got your own audience, and to say that in Texas, you got your own audience, you got your own fan base. And I think rap niggas, they detach from that fact because everybody so visual now. Social media has made it where you get too much information.
Yeah.
And when you see too much shit, you'll start looking in the mirror like, damn, I ain't doing something right.
Right.
All these niggas doing this is something I ain't doing.
Right.
Nah, nigga, you ain't gotta do what everybody doing. All you got to do is you.
Yeah.
And if you already got a fan base, what your fan base does is you introduce yourself to your fans and your fans introduce you to the world. Yeah. Like, nigga, you ain't heard this nigga? Nigga, this really the nigga. And just be in competition with yourself.
Yeah.
Steady putting out music, but you gotta feed your fan base.
Right.
That's your fan base.
Yeah, because the other thing about the internet is that it made it to where you could tap into so many different niches, you know?
Yeah.
So if you in the cars, you know what I'm saying? If that's your shit, then you can, you know, push to people within that realm. If you're a smoker, that's your shit. If you know what I mean? So
yeah, but you got niggas that are, that's just why I tell niggas, you got the freeway, then you got the HOV lane. You got your own lane that you pay for. You just in that lane. But this might got 7 more lanes over here.
yeah.
The nigga ain't paying attention to them lanes. If you a nigga that got your own lane, you ain't gotta be worried about well, damn, do I need this? And I'm trying to think who was just talking about that, about having, when you go in a building, they didn't have A&Rs. That's Cube just said that shit. Wasn't no A&Rs. Wasn't no nigga that you will go in a building, they'll tell you what you need to sound like. Nigga, I'ma sound like me, what got me here, what got me with the audience. I ain't got a sound chase. I got my own fucking sound. Look at niggas like Larry. You look at Spitter. You look at these niggas. You look at my little brother Les. You look at niggas like Slim. It's so many niggas. We got our own lane. Like a nigga ain't got to jump into, oh, I need to go get a Timbaland beat. I need to get a Tay Key beat. I need to get a Metro beat. Now I need to go down here and get a beat from there. You ain't got to do that. You got to stick to your motherfucking sound. And once niggas get hip to your sound, they gonna come. One thing about good dope, this shit sell itself.
Yeah, you build it, they will come.
Yeah, like a motherfucker.
Real spill. So how did you end up meeting Slim Thug? Like, how did that come about?
So basically, man, it's 6 degrees of separation in Houston. Everybody damn near know everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody damn near, if you don't know somebody that you're around know somebody. And at the time, man, like I said, I've been through so many dimensions of this rap shit out here and fuck with so many different crews of niggas and I had friends that rap. You know, Slim them used to be at the All-Star. But at this time, you know, rest in peace to Big Poke, I was a part of Mob Style. Chris Ward was connected with Slim already. Chris Ward was jumping on a lot of Slim mixtapes and shit. That's right when the North and South shit pretty much was going away. At this time, ESG and Slim had already did something. ESG, we from Christmas Village. ESG house right the fuck around the corner from my father's house, my grandmother over here, my dad's house over here. ESG right by the park in Christmas Village. So Steve Caldwell, who was one of the executives from Chevy's Entertainment, I used to be around Poke. I was around when I got to see this shit really rise, and just from I really was blessed, bro, to be around this shit, and how it tagged in was Woda ended up going over there. So I'm like, man, I want to bridge this North and South shit together. I want to do a group. We'll call it the Boss Hogg Outlawz, the Boys in Blue. So Woda was like, well, shit, I got Killa. Them niggas like, they heard about me, so I came over there. And me, the thing about me with opportunities, I was always was a nigga that I got so much shit up here. I got something for whatever. Nigga could have beat on his own. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'ma seize every opportunity. So when I got over there, I was like, shit, this was going on. I'm finna try to get next to the big dogs. I always wanted to compete and be around nothing but niggas that had actual motion going on. So to see what Slim had going on was such a beautiful thing. And we became like the best of fucking friends through that shit. And it's like, that's how I got my name. Yeah. So Screwed Up Click named me Kyleon. Okay. So Pokey, Mike D, and my uncle Ron G, my actual blood uncle is over dead in Ruckus. Yeah. That's my uncle, that's Ron G. So my name is Kyle. They named me Kyleon. That's actually what Nike D calls himself, but he's Carleon. Yeah. But being that we from South Park, we got our own lingo. It's Kyleon. Yeah. So when I got over with Slim, I was already Kyleon. Yeah. I'm on Big Hawk albums. Them niggas, my niggas. My name was just Kyle, featuring Kyle and shit. And so them niggas like, nah, this nigga gonna be Kyleon. Yeah. I got over it with Slim, everything I touch. If it was a beat, I'ma kill the beat, or I'ma kill a nigga in the beat. Yeah. So that nigga named me Killa, so that's how I became Killa Kyleon. Word. Yeah.
And where did like all the names come from? The Billy D Millions and the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I'm a nigga with like, I was 2 Chainz before 2 Chainz, cause I always
cause you was 2 Chainz Shakur.
2 Chainz Shakur, Saddam 2 Chainz.
Come on.
Yeah, Saddam 2 Chainz.
You was Osama been having things.
Osama been having things, $1 million hands, all that shit. Yeah, you remember all that shit.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I was the nigga with $1 million and 1 motherfucking alias.
And I didn't even know I remembered it. It just popped in my head.
Mo Guapo Obama. You know, man. You know, Glue Pac, Ludacris, all that shit. Sprite Tyson, all that shit.
Yeah, man. So like the lingo, was that just always something that just, you know, like with your partners and just, is that just like a Houston thing?
Yeah, it was just lingo period we were just so creative and shit, you know what I mean? And it's just so much, Houston is so beautiful, it's almost like how New York has their own culture, LA had their own culture, the Bay got their own culture, Florida got their own culture. What makes Houston so beautiful and we're so cultured is we are our own world out here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You never been here, you never seen a slab. That's the equivalence of a low rider in LA. When you see a low rider on 6'4" or 6'4" on Dayton's, you know that's a Cali nigga. When you see a dunk, you know that's a Florida nigga.
Yeah.
When you see a slab, that's nothing but a Houston nigga.
Yeah.
And it was been so influential everywhere. You can go from here to Louisiana. You can go to Austin, Texas. They riding swangers.
Yeah.
You can go to San Antonio. You'll spot a few.
Yeah.
You go to Louisiana. Anywhere in southern Louisiana, niggas riding slab.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's all off of our culture and the influence in the music. You know what I mean? The shit spread like a virus almost. Damn near like Corona.
Yeah.
You know, once you come around and you get attached to it, it spread it. But we are our own world out here. And we don't give a shit about nothing nowhere else. We in our own shit.
Yeah.
You gonna know how we sound, how we dress, how we talk. That's a Houston nigga.
I remember when I first met you, and one of the first things I had told you back then was that like I was so infatuated like with the car culture and with all that. And I remember I came down here to shoot behind the scenes for the theme song music video.
Yeah.
And I asked you if you would like help me to do like a Houston car vlog. They weren't even called vlogs back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you was ahead of the curve on that shit. Cause you was in the marketing department and everything over there. So you really was ahead of the curve, and we used to talk. That's how we established the whole friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's damn near like, bro, it's beautiful even talking to you about this shit, cause all this shit we doing, we naturally predicted this shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That this shit was going this route.
Yeah, because I remember like you on the Boss Hogg Outlawz DVDs and stuff like that, like you would be dropping all your freestyles and stuff. So then when we connected, YouTube was probably about a year or two old.
Yeah.
So the couple of times that we would connect, we make sure to do a freestyle every single time. And a couple of them got a few 100,000 views on it, you know what I'm saying? But like, we was definitely just ahead of the curve and knowing like, yo, they gonna want to see
this where it's going, because content king in this shit, bro.
Absolutely.
And content what gets you legs. And if you good at something, show them you good at it. And that's how you do it. If rap your thing, man, you'll be surprised how far this shit go. That's the, you know, with social media, it's a gift and a curse. And the curse of it is you put some fucked up shit out there, it's gonna go. But if you put some good shit out there, it's gonna go. And if you keep putting good shit out there, they gonna know you for the good shit. And if you keep putting fuck shit out there, they gonna know you for the fuck shit. That's just the gift and the curse of it.
That's real. And you know, you kind of talked on this earlier, like just with the relationships and building relationships and networking and all that. But like, I don't even know if you and me ever tied this together, bro. But we met before I was even at Geffen. We met at the Source photo shoot, the Great Day in Texas.
Great Day in Texas.
When
we all did the photo shoot. We was at Jay Prince Ranch.
At his ranch,
for
absolutely. So that was the first day I met Corey Mo. And then I remember
that's when you had the baby fro.
What the shorter dreads.
The shorter dreads.
It was my first set of dreads, but they were shorter. So we was out there, and I remember like you being one of the few cats that was open to like talking to folks. Corey Mo introduced me to you, and then we was cool. And then I came together and made
and that's really, if I'd have followed what Corey Mo, man, that was my guy. That was my engineer. That's who recorded me nonstop. Anything I rapped back then, that's who recorded it. But he tried to get me to move to the A, and that's one thing I regret I never did. I regret I didn't do that shit. He was begging me to come there, man, move to the A, move to the fucking A, come on. And I'd be in Atlanta a lot.
You was always there at the house.
I was out.
Cause when I met him, we got really tight. Then I ended up working at Geffen. He would come out there with Pimp and Bun. I remember he took me to the studio. We went to Chalice Studios, and I got to hang out with them, talking to Pimp and Bun. Like, I'm just, I was so starstruck, bro. Like, it was crazy.
But that's the thing about this music shit, man. I don't even really, it's like, I don't like when people come and be like, man, I ain't dick riding, but can I get a picture? Man, you a fan, bro. You a fan. I love that shit. Cause it's just doing this shit for so long and not getting recognition from it to now getting recognition. And when a fan see you, that's the dopest shit in the world to me, bro. You can be somewhere and they notice you. It's a lot of motherfuckers nobody know. You know what I mean? And to be anywhere, you can leave here and they know you, or you you get on social media and you can touch people in France. You can be in London. Mm-hmm. You can be in Beijing, just anywhere, and just seeing that shit is the dopest shit ever, bro. Yeah. All off music.
Yeah, nah, that's real. I mean, like how it brings so many of us together, like you said, from different walks of life. From
for sure.
You know, just all
for sure.
Nah, that's ill. So, man, can you talk about like some of those sessions with the Boss Hogg Outlawz when y'all was working on, you know, Boys in Blue, working on Serve and Collect? Like, what, I mean, because here's the thing too, like in Houston, you guys, I mean, y'all really rapping. Like, it's really emphasis on lyrics, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like, I mean, I'm just so interested, like, was every studio session just like a competition? Was it almost like
pretty much?
Like,
I don't want to call it that, but I can call it that is because
friendly competition.
It was competitive because if your ass didn't have no rap ready, my thing was I wanted to be on any and every record. It's so many records that I hate I didn't get to be on, or if I wasn't there that day, I wanted to make sure I was on every fucking record. Mm. So I'm gonna be the first one rapping. Any Slim will tell you that. I'm gonna be the first motherfucker rapping. I'm not missing a song. Mm. So I don't even write the beats. And it just tripped me out to hear Cube do that. Cube say that's what he did.
Yeah.
I always had records already together in my brain and rapping. I used to carry a plethora of tablets, but I always wrote. That's why my eyes got so fucked up. I'm gonna get in my iPhone and write everything in my iPhone, but I know I have something for a beat because I create patterns in my head. It's just like what Kendrick said before, like I see sounds and I hear sounds, but I have cadences. I like to switch my flows up. Yeah. So we'll be in there and if I hear a beat, I'm in there playing with a certain type of flow. Oh yeah, I got something for that. I want to change clothes on every song. Yeah. I might put a suit on this one. Yeah. I might be in swimwear on this one. I might be in my ski mask and my hoodie on this one. Like I'm switching up on every goddamn song. Yeah. So, but when that beat come on, oh yeah, I got something for that. Let me go in the booth. Yeah. I got something for that. Let me go in the booth. I got something for that. And each one of us, and if you didn't make the song, shit, it wasn't no more than 3 verses. If we didn't bust them down in 8s, because back then we was doing 16 shit, and our songs ain't shit but 8s and 12s. Right. So shit, 3 16s, that bitch over. And if we bust it down, being a crew, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, when songs was 3-4 minutes long. Yeah. And they not that now, but shit, I'm gonna have a hook for that motherfucker and I'm gonna have a verse for it. And that's just how that shit went.
So the perfect definition of you come ready, don't got to get ready.
If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready at all. I learned that shit. And I did homework. Studio time back then, bro, technology that made it now where you can rap off your goddamn phone and dump the session into Pro Tools. Yeah. Motherfuckers don't even know that. Yeah. You can record I've done like 6 features holding my phone. Wow. And just uploaded that shit into Pro Tools. Yeah. There's programs you can do that shit now. But it's like, it was money to me. Like, damn, I gotta go in this motherfucking studio time, 100 an hour. I gotta get 4-5 records out. I used to come to Corey Moore house and Corey Moore tell you, I'm gonna knock out 6-7 records a night. And I might be in there 4 times out the week, but how we would always do when we work on projects, we gonna do 5 records a day. And by the end of the week, we'll have 25 records like nothing. We'll pick the best motherfucking 10 out there 25. Yeah. Set the other 15 to the side. Next week, we're gonna do the same shit over 5, 5, 5, 15. So we got 50 records over here and 30 of them bitches tucked. That's down there 5-6 motherfucking projects. Or when we did mixtapes, we rapping in the closet. We ain't had no fucking booth. Yeah. No matter how much money we was getting, we kept the same fucking formula. We gonna plug that motherfucker up, we gonna come in there, Ray Face gonna pad off the closet, we gonna go in that closet and rap. Yeah. And we did, when me and Slim first did Having Things, when he introduced me to the streets, we did 24 records in one day. Wow. That's crazy. We'll do mixtapes, we'll do them bitches in one day. We ain't take no breaks. We'll come in that bitch and won't leave that bitch till we done, but we one taking. That was one nigga like, niggas don't know, that nigga is a monster rapping. He just don't really give a fuck about, he putting that much thought into that shit like that, but that nigga is a machine.
Yeah, man, that Having Things was retarded, man. I remember that joint. Y'all had so many tracks on there, bro.
Yeah. Now we kept that same formula.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I really missed the mixtape era. I missed that shit a lot because I think everybody, it was a point in time where you ain't give a damn and you ain't put that much thought into the music and it was for sport.
Yeah. You could almost experiment and try new things.
Try new shit on that shit. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Nah, man. The mixtape era was ill. I mean, like, and you know, I always like, you know, tap into like the digital form of that mixtape era, you know what I'm saying? Like with live mixtapes and, you know what I'm saying, all that. And just
I remember all that, but I miss CDs. I miss actually holding on to the product, opening it up, reading the credits.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't think everybody understand. And I'm gonna be the first nigga to say it if ain't nobody said it. That shit gonna be worth thousands in the next 15, 20 years. That shit gonna be worth more than vinyl, CDs, find the actual cassettes. Like I got probably like, I can't find all my screw tapes because them shits probably my mom had it. Them shits worth a fortune right now. If I find them.
Yeah.
But I gotta go through so much to find a screw tape. Original Maxwell screw tape, you find that motherfucker right now, that bitch worth a bankroll right now.
I need to find my guy Big Casey, the cat that put me on the screw music. Back when I used to go down to Memphis when I was a kid.
They fuck with it in Memphis too.
Heavy, you know what I'm saying? And my cousin, shout out Cello, his partner Big Casey, they had this spot called the Outer House, this like little back hut or whatever in their backyard, you know what I'm saying? And he had this drawer, he opened it and man, he had all these screw tapes like in the drawer. And we would just sit and just bump
them holy grails.
Philly Titans.
Them holy grails, bro.
Yeah.
Them grails, but CDs is gonna be that grail where you actually held the project in your hand and you see the thought that was put into that shit. You know what I mean? So them today, I just miss that shit, but I can appreciate being able to speed up the process on putting the product out there now. Because you can put so much music out now, and if it catch, it catch. But that's the hustle we really, if it's 4 quarters in the game, we dropping something all 4 quarters.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you something that I've been asking people recently, tapping into like you saying that you miss like having actual tangible CD and all that. So I was having a conversation with somebody.
We made damn near millions off that shit.
Yeah. I mean,
we didn't give a fuck about the digital shit. We would literally drive up the road and sell 50 to 100,000 mixtapes like nothing.
Yeah. That's crazy. Like, I mean, y'all was really making a living.
We had stores. We had stores where when the sound waves and shit stopped, we was servicing all of the stores that sold CDs. We was servicing with our product direct. Who don't miss getting a free $9 off each one of them motherfuckers?
Come on. Right.
Yeah.
So the way the game has changed now, with everything going digital, the indie artists don't have necessarily a tangible good, you know, to hustle with. Streams, you know, you only getting like a fraction of a penny on them. 3,000
streams. A million ain't number three. A million streams ain't shit but $3,000. That ain't no goddamn money. And that's just for one song. That shit is retarded.
Right. So with that, how's an artist in today's climate supposed to be able to, you know, be successful and be able to actually make money, you know what I'm saying, without having like that tangible good?
Being independent. The thing is, the independent hustle really fucked up record labels back then because that record labels start seeing that if you already have a movement, what the fuck do you need us for?
Yeah.
It's almost like if you got your own money to invest in yourself, why go get a record label? You can do radio marketing and all that shit on your own. You can still make that money. You just can't be scared to gamble on yourself and having a fan case. You got TuneCore, you got DistroKid, you got digital distributors where you can do 80-20s with. You know what I mean? You give them they 20% for their digital marketing production, and you get all your 80 and you own your masters. As long as you got a fan base, you can eat. But a lot of people don't invest in themselves, and they're scared to invest in themselves. They looking for a record label or a deal to invest in them. So they don't have the luxury of even wanting to even partake in doing anything independent because they don't want to gamble on their career. And that's what gives the record label, not seeing that everything's went digital, you really don't need a record label. You don't really need that shit. You can rise and fall on your own. And as long as you put, it'll go just as far as you go. Look at the TikToks now. You do one TikTok, that song can be gone.
Real spill.
You know what I mean? Then you invest into putting the marketing in behind it. You can invest and put your marketing dollars and everything into yourself. And shit, you can run them numbers up without that. That's why you had A&Rs back then. You had a marketing department. You had this because you had an artist development department. When you come out now and you go to these different areas, it's already talent there. And if they already got their own movement and motion, they just finna come in here and pour gas on that. But you still don't even need them now because the internet has made it where you can be your own record label, your own everything. You can do everything from your phone. You know what I mean? So you able to rock and roll and you get your merch. Put out your shit with your merch. I can give you the blueprint, but that's gonna be for a whole other day. Right.
Nah, cause it's interesting, man, because, you know, here's my thought process with it. Like, I feel like a lot more artists have to be more active these days. You know what I mean when I say active?
You have to be active.
But wait a minute. Let me just say it a little more clear because I ain't saying it right. I think that a lot more artists are like more active in the streets, more active in shit that, you know what I mean?
No,
opposite.
If you put your hustle into this shit, into your content, into being visible and accessible musically, if you take all that shit that you doing and putting it into your craft and putting it back into your marketing, back in it, because I'm gonna tell you what's a lost art. Well, a lot of niggas don't know the DJ, bro. You got a rapper ain't shit without the DJ. Get the DJ the music. You don't necessarily have to go out there, but if you trying to, this is what we did, man. We used to load up them excursions, bro. Wherever they fucking with us at, we gonna touch down. Create you a schedule to be able to physically, because I think with Instagram and social media, it's made artists lazy as fuck. To where they feel like they don't have to go do conferences. You gotta go out here and actually touch the people that's touching your product.
That's real.
And you gotta go out there when the coalition DJs and motherfuckers like shout out to Tony Neal and all them niggas. Them niggas is very valuable to your career. These strip club DJs, go to these cities and these towns, bro, the world of ghetto. If you got fans in Memphis, you got fans, it's 1,000 niggas here that fuck with you. It's 1,000 niggas in Memphis that fuck with you. It's 1,000 niggas in New York fuck with you. It's 1,000 niggas, man, Killers and Beats make a meal, bro. But you gotta go your ass and hit that road and actually touch your fan base and touch these DJs and get a relationship with these DJs so they can facilitate the music where it go.
Right.
You just can't just sit behind no camera and think, oh, that shit gonna come. You gotta do lead work. In the streets, you had to do leg work. The only way a motherfucker, I don't give a damn, I'm gonna hustle my whole life. You ain't had no out of town lick, nigga, you wasn't making no money. You can hustle in the hood, but you scrambling with 10, 15 more niggas for this territory here. Man, let me get to the road. I got the best number. I got the cheaper price. I'm gonna hit the road. Find me a plug out there. Find me not a plug, but me a lick. I'm your plug. I'm gonna come out here, service you, nigga, go to the next time. Service you, go to the next time. That's what it's gotta do. You gotta spread this shit like a virus, bro.
No, that's real. And nowadays, since you're not selling CDs out the trunk, you gotta be creative, make some dope merch.
You selling yourself.
Like
and even with the merch, you gotta be able to produce a product in order to sell that product. The music gotta be playing A. If the music ain't dope, the merch ain't gonna be that much more motherfucking dope. But if you attach that merch to that music, that's a whole nother outlet for income. That's income within the income. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like, artists gotta be consistent, gotta have a plan, gotta be consistent. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be consistent with your fans because you can't give your fans too many options on going to fuck with the next person. Because if you not feeding your fans shit, your fans gonna starve and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. No, that's for sure. So Candy Paint and Texas Plates, that's like one of my favorite projects that you dropped, you know what I'm saying, over the last few years. What was I feel like I know the answer to this, but like, what was the inspiration behind that?
The city, the culture. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be, sound, or do nothing like everybody else was doing. Mm-hmm. I love my city. I love where I'm from, and I love this culture. You know, that's damn near like telling the LA nigga don't rap about 6'4" and gangbanging and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the culture here. We gonna come down. The car culture out here is just as huge as anywhere else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we spend 90% of the time, I make 90% of the music you gonna listen to in the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So car culture and motherfuckers that's just jamming music gonna be in the car. So it's like slabs out here is what we do. So I wanted to make music for you to be in your slab. I wanted to be in your deck at all times.
Yeah.
So I had to make music that's gonna keep me in the deck.
Word. That Money All the Time joint with Face.
Me, Face, Devin.
Yeah, Willie D.
And Raheem Devine.
Yeah.
Man, I got some big records with a bunch of big people, man. Mac Miller. Yeah. I had Mac Miller on that joint. Mm-hmm. A$AP Rocky, Ferg. I done had, I did records with me and Wiz, Spitter, Crit, some of the biggest niggas you can damn near think of.
Yeah. No, it's ill, man, because like you really your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with
that. That's dope. And even hear that shit and that's what I'm saying, to go around niggas and niggas be like, man, I fuck with that nigga shit. It's a nigga like that nigga that you heard this nigga. I did that shit for this. This is the reason why I did it. And to hear niggas say that shit, I done die tomorrow, bro, and that shit just feel good. I feel like I accomplished my goal.
No, for sure. I mean, because when anybody say your name, I mean, the respect level is, you know what I'm saying, up there to the umpteenth degree, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
Is that like one of the, you know, like things that drives you is?
That is what drives me. It's just like, I feel like you know better than your next rap.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to be that nigga when I spit a verse, bro. A nigga be like, make the ugly face. That's what I always want. I pay attention to the room when I rap.
Yeah.
When I rap, I want to see niggas' reactions. I gotta be saying some shit where it just, every line is catching your ear.
Yeah. And
not only that, I want to be an instrument on the beat. Well, my cadence different on every beat. Well, this nigga they just know when I touch it, I'm gonna kill that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like I still treat that. It's like an itch I haven't scratched.
Yeah. No.
And I'm still chasing that high.
Word. Yeah. And I was gonna ask you, like, you know, being in the game for so long, doing what you've been doing, like, what keeps you motivated and keeps that hunger? Because when I see you, when I talk to you, like, bro, the hunger is just as much, if not more.
It's more now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Because I still feel like I got so much to prove.
Yeah.
I feel like I ain't proved myself yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you know me, that shit cool, but I haven't got everything I want out of it.
Word. Do you feel unappreciated as an artist, or?
It be time. I wouldn't even say that, because that you know, you gotta still humble yourself too. I don't really act in my ego on this shit. My thing is, I'm gonna make you feel me. Even when you don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you haven't heard me, once you hear me, you gonna appreciate it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just keep working until it works.
Right. Man, we was just talking to Bun B. I was just talking to Bun, and it was interesting because he was saying that, you know, I was asking him if from the beginning of his career, if he ever saw himself where he's at now. And he said that just in the last 10 years, the trajectory that he had, that he hadn't even ever seen that. And that was just interesting, you know what I'm saying?
He say that a lot.
Yeah, and so that just goes into show that we can't never give up in what we doing and, you know, reaching these goals and building ourselves up.
Rap is just, if you've been paying attention to this shit from the beginning, rap can get you in so many buildings and doors that you never would think they can get you in, bro. Simply because your vocals gonna take you where you need to go. That man went from rapping to selling hamburgers.
Right.
And that shit look like the Supreme store lineup.
Right.
When they outside every single day, it's a fucking line out the door to buy a product that man's selling based off his notoriety.
Yeah, that's real.
That's how powerful hip hop is. You know, they making niggas pack purses, nigga. It's that powerful. Niggas is been, that ain't my thing, but I'm just saying that's what the niggas is doing. Niggas is straight packing purses because they see rap, nigga. I call them purses, I'm gonna call them exactly what the fuck they is. Them shit is purses. Niggas is doing all type of shit, you know what I mean? Off of influence, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You can do anything. Anything the right motherfucker said do, it go.
Yeah. Word. So what you working on now? Like what you got coming up next, bro?
I got several projects. I mean, I've been working on a masterpiece, bro. I redid the whole Minister Society soundtrack. I built the car, the actual 5.0. Once I built that shit like the whole fucking world building them bitches now.
Yeah.
And so I built the car. I flew Kane out here, did all of he's doing the actual narrating of the project. I got some of the guys that was on whoever I could find from the actual soundtrack, I got them on the actual album and all that shit.
Oh, wow.
Like I got the record with MCA, Spice, all these niggas, I got them on the actual project.
Wow.
For minutes, and I got Kane narrating the motherfucker.
Oh, that's
so that shit finna come. I also got HT Alien, my version of AT Aliens.
Yeah.
I'm redoing that shit. Me, Slim, and Liz working on Boys in Blue right now.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's a shitload of shit we working on.
Word. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. And are you like tapping into any business ventures, or you got anything going on?
Man, I got a gang of shit going on, man. I'm just still playing shit by ear and just letting rap do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Word. Nah, I can dig it. That's what's up, man. You got anything else that you want to say to the people? Like any shout outs or anything?
Man, I appreciate y'all for fucking with me since the beginning, bro. Since y'all started, you know, y'all platform was one of the first that I felt like the real shit was on. Real hip hop street shit. To me, y'all was the first street, if you want to call it blog. Y'all completely connected to the streets. Yeah. And I loved y'all shit since day fucking one. Yeah. It's been the dopest shit.
Nah, bro. That's what's up, man. Nah, shout out Zip, you know what I'm saying? The founder of DGB. I remember when I first met Zip, when I first ever saw DGB, Zip had a post on there. One of the posts that really drew me in was he had a post about all of the best Scarface verses from motion picture soundtracks. So it was a whole, and this was before playlist was ever a thing. Yeah. But he had a list of all of these Scarface songs. And when I seen that, I was like, oh, this dude, a hip hop nerd from the hood, the same shit I'm on, let's rock.
Let's rock, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
that shit, just to see that whole brand growing to what it grew into and see a lot of people run with the shit y'all do.
Yeah, for real. But that's why we coming even harder now, pause, and that's why we more consistent, create more content, and even putting ourselves out there more, because it's time to tell the story and it's time to put it in their face, as they say.
Because man, there's a bunch of culture vulture shit going on right now that I'm not liking.
Come on, man, nah.
I'm not liking a lot of this shit. I don't like the way hip hop getting viewed. I'll be glad when hip hop get back to the music. That's really the shout out that I want us to do, bro. Is like, let's get back to the essence of this shit. Fuck all that gang. Fuck all that killing shit. Who snitching? Who telling? It's one thing I always say, bro. Keep street shit off the internet.
For real.
Because you dealing with an audience of people, bro, that ain't in the streets. They just on the internet.
Right.
So you telling a complete civilian who snitching and they did this here, rap niggas is rap niggas. Street niggas is street niggas. Mm-hmm. Man, let's keep the internet off the streets, bro. And I'm gonna end it with that.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's real. I wanted to tap into something I just thought about. The DGB Live Mixtapes South by Southwest show. some years back. Me and Les were just talking about that the other day, and just how impactful that was, like relationships that were, you know, created, developed, you know.
That shit was dope. I remember when South by Southwest really was the shit.
Yeah.
It then went corporate to the motherfucker. Now it's really whack as fuck
to
me. Nah, that shit whack as hell.
Yeah.
It ain't dope as it was. That actual showcase, that shit used to be the dopest shit ever.
Yeah, nah, cause it was the true, like we brought the streets to we brought the streets to the hipsters. We, you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, for sure. But we doing the anniversary show this year at South by, so we gotta have you there, bro.
I'm there, for sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes,
That's a bit, man.
But nah, man, Killa, appreciate you letting us pull up on you, man.
Good
you know
talk, my boy. Good
yes,
talk, man. Anytime, bro. Y'all in the city, fuck with me.
Yes, sir. Nah,
that's
for
a bit.
Sure. Bet.
From the bottom to top looking better. Signing them checks like I'm writing a letter. Just left the